Amid chaos, there is also opportunity, but only for those who can see it. This week, we're going to talk about speaking, communicating with steady confidence. Your team does not need you to have all the answers. However, they need you to deliver the answers that you do have with unshakable confidence and composure. I'm Denise Miller, your Leadership Lady Live, and this week's communication tip again speaks about communicating with composure in the midst of chaos. If you like the material that I generally post, please do remember to like with the thumbs up. Please do subscribe so that you'll know whenever I put out new content. And please do share this with others who you know will be able to use the tips that I share. When challenges hit, your team looks to you for the emotional clues. If you're frantic, they become frantic and they panic. If you're scattered, they lose focus. But when you communicate with composure, when you communicate calmly, you become their anchor in the storm. Of course, you know that Calmly is an acronym. Those of you who know me now know that I love acronyms. And we're going to talk about the Calmly framework of communication in the midst of chaos. The C stands for centering yourself. Before you do anything or say anything, literally center yourself. Often I say to myself, Denise, just calm down. The second thing is the A, and that's to acknowledge the situation honestly. If it's horrible, if it's great, if there are parts, acknowledge it. The L stands for leading with the facts, not your emotions. We tend to become emotional, but we must stay data driven. The M is to move towards solutions. The L is to loosen up physically. Just release that bodily tension. Unclench your fists, relax your shoulders, unfurrow your brow. And the Y is saying yes to others' ideas and others' input. In times of crisis, you want to have control. In times of chaos, you want to keep steady, but you do need to hear from others. You don't have the whole counsel on everything. There are practical techniques to implement the Calmly framework. The first is the 3-second rule. Pause before you respond to crisis news. Take a deep breath. Then, as you're verbally responding, lower your voice, both the volume and the pitch. Speak 10% more quietly than you normally do during tense moments. Also, keep the tone of your voice at a low register. When you do that, it gives the idea of control and composure. And we tend to rise in pitch when we're excited, afraid, or angry. Ladies, we have to be especially careful about that. Use we language. We're facing this together versus you need to handle this. And the last is to end with action. Every communication should conclude with clear next steps. That way, your team knows that there's a framework to follow and it helps them to move ahead steadily. Instead of saying, oh my goodness, this is terrible, what are we going to do? Say, this is a significant challenge. Here's what we know. Here's what we're doing now. And here's how we're going to move forward together. In closing, remember that composed communication isn't about hiding your emotions. It's about channeling them so that your team sees clarity and does not get thrown off by the chaos. They see confidence that they can depend on. Thank you so much for listening today. And I look forward to seeing you later in the week when we discuss our leadership tip. In the meanwhile, remember to give us a like, remember to subscribe, and also please do share this content. Have a great balance of the day.